Hey you guys, so today we're going to be starting a whole new series and I'm going to be calling it Multiplayer Madness. Now I say that because the multiplayer split screen games have really been lacking and it's kind of hard to come around good ones that you could play on the same system and just enjoy it. This is actually Fusion Frenzy. It came out a long time ago. Came out on the Xbox original, but I managed to get it playing. The game goes for around $13 on eBay. If you guys are interested in looking at after this video, I'll show you a little bit about the game. It's a lot of like arcade games and fun to play. It's a four-player game, so you could have four people playing on split screen. I managed to get this one working. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's actually a major crack in between there, so I am shocked this one's working. I got this for dirt cheap. I think it's probably ended up being like 15 cents through a eBay bundle. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what it is and show you why I enjoy it. So the game is in fact Series X enhanced, and it looks really good as it possibly can. It's very similar to like a Mario Party. You kind of sit down, you're able to play with four different players. Characters look pretty good. It is an old game though, so you just got to be wary. The characters are gonna look a little old, but there's a lot of great mini games you could play through. They're all pretty challenging. Some are easier than others, especially when you're versing the computers. But you see, the computers could be difficult in certain situations because they go right to wherever they need to go, even on easy. But the game is great. Definitely fun. Would be great to have more people around playing it. Definitely, four real people would be a lot better than having just three computers. But overall, it's a great game. We're gonna show you a couple of the games that I played through. Right now, we're going through a tournament. Like I said, similar to I guess it'd be more like Mario Party, but it's got a rule set of say Mario Kart, how you get the most amount of trophies and then you win at the end. That's kind of around about what we're at. Or say Mario Party, most amount of stars and you win at the end. But you're not going on like a board. You're just playing through menu games over and over again. Different mini games. It's about I think it's between 30 and 50. I think it's around 50 if I counted correctly as far as the mini games go. But I'll show you guys all the mini games. It's a good game. I was kind of shocked it did play. It has a major crack in it. But definitely worth checking out. Here we just got like a little beat one. You kind of have to try to press all the buttons correctly in a combination. Some of the mini games they're not like super innovative, but I will say there was some that I was like kind of having fun, and I haven't seen anything like it before as far as mini games go. For the price of around $13, you might be able to get it cheaper on eBay, but I was seeing like minimum like average, not minimum, but average would come to about 13, give or take. You could definitely find it for 20. But I'm sure you may be able to get it for the low end of around $8 if you look hard enough. So I actually did manage to win the whole tournament. Although I did really bad on the second half, it didn't matter. I didn't risk too many points on the second half. You can kind of like risk your points that you earn from the first half in order to make more points, or you could just bank all your points. I banked most of my points and left just enough points to where I still had the lead. Even though I did bad this round, I still won because my last round was so good compared to the other computers, which actually kind of shocked I won because I did pretty bad on the second round of all the mini games that came around. But all right, so yeah, so we have the tournament, we have the minigame frenzy. The tournament, you play through a bunch of mini games. It's similar to minigame frenzy, but minigame frenzy you only play. You get to pick which minigame you want to play. Tournament, you're playing different ones against all the players until whoever wins the two rounds wins the game. That's the tournament. For this, you're just playing match by match, single matches, seeing who wins each match. They were really, like I said, they're very innovative. These games were fairly difficult. This was one of the games I actually wasn't able to win yet, but like I feel like versing real people, this game would be a little bit easier, which that's something that I normally don't say. But for the computers, they're throwing it exactly where I want them not to throw it, and I'm just getting nailed. So, yeah, this is definitely a harder, one of the more difficult, but fun games. As you can see, I already gave up. But I come back to, I just wanted to restart it to try again. I end up trying it 3 times, but like I said, I think versus friends it'd be a lot funner. Versus the computers, they're like dead on accurate. They're always hitting me with the dynamite. It's hard, but yeah. So I did want it to be able to show you guys all of the games, kind of like test out just a few of them, not all of them, but a few that looked interesting to me. This one was actually pretty fun, I will say. Games like this are generally pretty entertaining. Just like a little tiny racer, like a ridge racer. They're fun. It's a solid game. You're just trying to avoid the bombs and try to get past the others. You could bump around, hit them as much as you want. Eventually, I do take the lead, which it took me a little bit, but I do get ahead. Versus like a person in this mini game, I'm definitely gonna struggle. This would not be easy against real competition, but against the computers, I fly by them. Right here, we're gonna be testing out hockey. Surprisingly, a little harder than it looks. The hockey puck doesn't move all that much, but if you touch it just at the right point, you could steal point easy. Now, I saw they had some kind of knockout mini game, so I thought that was pretty cool. It's simple. It just knock the other players off as much as possible. It doesn't take you out of the game. You don't like you do lose. You can lose, but you're not out the game for good. Here I can kind of just rack up as many as possible. If I fall, I fall. I lose a point. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a friendly game overall. Just get as many points as you can, knock as many people off as you can, and it's fun. Now, not all minigames really make sense to me. This one was kind of odd. It seemed like you're just kind of making circles and connecting the circle to take out the other player. It seems I just wasn't all that good at it. I do think I end up winning at the end somehow, but I'm just doing circles, kind of catching them. Some of the mini games are a little more confusing, kind of odd, but I think it could be interesting. I'm just not so good at this mini game. All right, now this game is where the computer takes the lead. Somehow they just know the route, they nail it every time. With a little bit of human error, I do miss, but they kind of dart right to them, which makes pinball against computers pretty hard. Usually the one who's winning is the main one of the main computer. It'll be like one computer that just completely stealing the game. It's hard to get the ball away from them. Basically, you're bringing that ball and you have to take it from the king and just hit all the pins like regular pinball, but you're the ball. So it's hard because you have to take the ball away from someone that already has their preset route, and their routes are perfect. There is the carts, they kind of drift, so that's where like human error, I believe. Like with me, the human error is I'm drifting off to the side a little bit, and like I said, this would be a perfect minigame versus other people because there's going to be human error. With the computers, it's hard. I think I did win one game, but I had to like really work hard to beat them. This is not one of the games I did win though. Now this ruckus game mini game is hard. It's kind of like Super Monkey Ball, but I don't know. It's just hard. They push me off. They play a little aggressive, but overall it's just For me, it's hard. I don't know why it was so difficult. I was actually just trying to figure out which one I was. Then I'm like, I'm the green. But the ball wasn't moving like I was the green. I was like, oh, maybe I'm the red. I should have known I was the green the whole time, but it's a little confusing. It's definitely hard to control the ball a little bit. This one could be fun, but definitely is going to need a little time, a little bit of practice. So right here, I'm just gonna scroll over all the games just to show you. I was actually just like kind of counting them, and I'm probably off a little bit, but I think there's about 50 games on the mini games, and a lot of mini games are pretty good. So I don't mind. Definitely a few of them that I picked out specifically caught my eye, and those were one of the first ones I thought to play, and they ended up being pretty good. All of them were pretty fun. Some of them were a little harder than others, but definitely a great time. Would have a great time versus others in house too. But yeah, if you guys like the game, definitely check it out. It's on eBay. Like I said, it's about $13, give or take. Usually, it's about $5 shipping, depending where you're at. But yeah, check it out. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Please enjoy the rest of your night.